Royal Television, showcasing the Niger Delta.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of the morning show. I want to say happy Easter to all our viewers and our listeners on radio. We are transmitting live from Channel 51, and my name still remains Festus Ebikobo Mesarawo. This is a festive period. I know some of you are still at home, enjoying yourself. Well, what do we do? That is how life, that's where life has brought us. So enjoy your Easter. Sit down and watch today's edition because it's going to be insightful, impactful, a lot of happenings, talks here and there, we want to lay some of this things to rest so that we can have a peaceful society, But as usual, without wasting time, let's go straight to our first segment, in this program, which is the healthy living. Today we'll be talking about Zobo. Some of you will laugh and say, why is he talking about Zobo? Zobo is nutritious, and it has its own downside. Don't go away, just take a look at this. We'll be right back.
Some of you who like to taste various traditional or local drinks from all around the world would probably know or be familiar with what called Zobo drink. You can find it at any international restaurant, Nigerian restaurant, or even at the house of your colleagues who like to have cooking experiment of any traditional recipes. At general, consumers of Zobo drink would firstly impress that it is tasty and refreshing, and you may do so. However, those are not the things that make it special, because to make Zobo drink, anyone needs specific natural essence which is originally from West Africa. A part of it, Zobo drink also offers various health benefits which could not be ignored and will be sorry to miss. You would not just get the better healthy by consuming Zobo drink regularly, but also cure certain illnesses you may suffer. High blood pressure, constipation, diabetes and constipation. According to a research conducted by United States Department of Agriculture, Zobo drink is significantly effective for curing some disease and health disturbances ranging from high blood pressure or hypertension, diabetes and constipation. Particularly to the high blood pressure case, Zobo drink is effectively useful as it can lower the bloodstream by using its enzyme inhibitor, which is able to block the production of amyloid. Amyloid itself is an enzyme which can break down complex starches and sugar. This closely relates to natural essences contained at Zobo drink, or its main basic leaf, which is naturally sweet and rich of good nutrients including antihypertensive properties. Automatically, those all essences could work together to control sugar level at the bloodstream so that body metabolism as well as digestion system run well and properly. Loss of appetite. In addition, the sense of mood, loss of appetite also closely relates to digestive system. Zobo drink offers various nutrients needed and nutritionally necessary ranging from iron, caffeine-free, niacin, carotene to calcium, so the consumers would get his/her appetite back as the digestive system returns normal. Those nutrients work hand by hand to overcome any bacteria and worm in digestive system, supported by antibacterial properties, which is also found at Zobo drink. Fever, cold and infection. The richness of vitamin C in Zobo drink is naturally effective for curing as well as preventing fever, cold and infection. This was stated by Abimbola Ajayi, a nutritionist and director of Family Health and Nutrition. Kidney disease. People with kidney disease are advised to consume Zobo drink as it contains 15 to 30% of organic acid as mentioned above. The mechanism is all about the more ability of kidney to filter out some waste products such as the uric and oxalic acid. Those two wastes can form a sort of stone at the kidney, and when it gets bigger, it would be excessively heavy. However, it is advisable for them not put sugar in the liquid so that the natural essences of Zobo could well preserved and not contaminated with other non-natural essences such as sugar as we find at regular market. A nutritionist say that the main advantage of local and original drink is because it is made through fermentation process producing microorganism that the good nutrients which already exist would increase more and more. Cancer. Zobo drink could prevent cancer as it is rich with antioxidant essences. Consuming any food or raw materials rich with antioxidant would significantly strengthen the immune system, especially in fighting free radical. As a consequence, body would be well kept from various diseases, including cancer, which regularly occurs as an impact of free radical contamination. Harmfulness. Beyond all of its good nutrients and function, it is not advisable for pregnant women to drink Zobo drink as it can stimulate bloodstream and make the menstruation comes then lead to the abortion. Breastfeeding woman is also suggested not to drink it as it can endanger the mother and her baby. Regular consumers should also not drink Zobo too much as continual consumption can give bad impact to their kidney.
You are welcome back. I hope by now you should know how to prepare Zobo for yourself, Zobo drink, and live healthy. If you don't want to buy, you can just prepare it for yourself. Just buy those ingredients. You know, very easy to prepare. Anyway, that is that about Zobo. Today, let's go straight to our discussion segment. Today we'll be talking about security, the call for self-defense. Recently, at the 10th anniversary and convocation of Taraba State University, General Tiwa Janjuma, a retired former Chief of Army Staff and a former Minister of Defense, called on Nigerians to defend themselves against ethnic cleansing that is ongoing in the north, and which will be attempted in the riverine areas in Nigeria. He accused the armed forces of colluding, facilitating and providing cover for those bandits while perpetuating these crimes. Just take a look at this video to confirm what I've just said. Don't be away.
The peace in this state is under assault. There is an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state, and of course in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die.
Defense is not new in the society. This has been the norm from time immemorial. The right to self-defense of oneself or another person against unjustifiable attack has been recognized long before now. It has been an ancient belief. Rules on crime states rules as follows. A man is justified in resisting by force anyone who manifestly intend and endeavor by violence or surprise to commit a known felony against either his persons, habitation or property. It further stated that the person is not obliged to retreat and may not merely resist the attack where he stands, but may indeed pursue his adversary until the danger is ended as adverted. And if there's a conflict between him and the killer, that he may kill the attacker, and that just killing is justifiable. That is Roosevelt. So the right to self-defense has been given, even in our constitution, is statutory imprimatur. And in Nigeria Constitution, coded it this way. That's in section 32, subsection 3 of the Criminal Code in the southern states of Nigeria. It says, that's section 59 of the and section 59 of the Penal Code in the northern Nigeria. Now, section 32 said, that's in the Criminal Code, a person is not criminally liable for an act when the act is reasonably necessary in order to resist actual and unlawful violence threatens to him or to another person in his presence. Now, the same Penal Code, section 59 of that penal, it said that nothing is an offense of which is done in the lawful exercise of the right of private defense. Under section 60 of that same penal code, it said, subject to restrictions contained in the code, every person has a right to defend his own body and the body of another person against any offense affecting the human body. So one may say that General Danjuma might be out of frustration. Apparently, he might have exhausted quite grand maneuvering with the authorities to halt herdsmen's killings of his people and other Nigerians. And that's why he has to accuse the military of partiality, collusion, and lack of neutrality in the herdsmen crisis. All he said is that every Nigerian has a right to defend his or herself. This is to many Nigerians a welcome development, but to some, they said, why will you defend ourselves when the authorities are there? Ethnic cleansing, otherwise referred to as genocide, is a cold, deliberate plan by a group aimed at targeting another group with the aim of wiping out that other group, causing enough mayhem as violently chasing out the whole entire community. There are indications, and there are indications all over that if this is not properly managed, it may destroy, the existence of Nigeria. There's this video I want us to see about a woman, because we are talking about security, and we believe that life and property, protection of life and property is paramount. If Nigeria must move forward, we cannot be living, and sleeping with our eyes open. At night, you don't know where the next attack will be coming from. Just take a look at this video. We'll get back to you.
The whole thing started, this Boko Haram, they call them. Honestly, I find it difficult to call them Boko Haram. They started as Yusufians. Yusufians are those who go to Muhammad Yusuf to reach to his preaching. These are Yusufians. Then during the war, we call them, they said they are Jamaat al-Sunnah Lidawati wal Jihad, those who fight for Allah. Then all of a sudden I was hearing Boko Haram, Boko Haram. I said, where did this one come from? 3 names, so you people have 3 names. So which one do I believe? I say, Mama, we are Jamaat al-Sunnah Lidawati wal Jihadi. So that's what I call them, but the world called them Boko Haram. I really don't know how that Boko Haram came in. Since 2009, this thing started. I'm not hiding. Everybody, all security, they know what I'm doing, and there is always agreement between me and the security that was operating then. This one, they came newly. If Boko Haram come to my house, I will call the security and say, oh, they are here. Can you talk to them? The man will start preaching. You need to hear the preaching of this military man to them. My sons, Boko Haram, will start crying. In my house, they will start crying. He will tell them, we know you are there. Your mother's compound is your mother's compound. It's safe haven for you. Please don't go back to the bush and start fighting. Don't do that. Whatever it is, say it out. We are here. We don't like it. The man said, we military don't like killing you. You are our brothers. You are the sons of Nigeria. You are sons of the son of the soils. But if we meet you in the bush shooting us, we will not mind whether you are from Mama or from where. We will hit you back. So they say, Naji, we had. It's true, it's true. So they were, those military then, they were doing this work within them. Like this, my compound, we had military checkpoint here. They have just gone, all of them have gone to the bush. This my mosque. When Boko Haram were very much around in my house, because if they are bombing Maiduguri that time, I will go out, drag them. Anyone that said he's in charge of bombing anywhere, I'll go there, drag the person, I'll come and keep the person here. Say, if you let me see you step out of this compound, you see what I will do to you. You think you are the only one that knows how to beat somebody. I will beat the hell out of you. And they will say here. When I finish cooking, everybody, all the soldiers here, I give out food because I like giving. Not only Boko Haram, I'm their mother. I'm also a mother to all the soldiers that came here. I have all their telephone numbers with me. I'm their mother. They call me mother. Once any soldier posted here, he comes to this compound to tell me, Mama, we are around, so please send our food to us. So one day, when this thing was going on, I said, let me test these kids. I now gave them food to take it to the soldiers. They went there, the soldiers were, chatting with them, and soldiers gave them some canned Coke. They came back crying. From there, they were crying like babies. I said, why are you crying? Did they beat you? Did they see any of you? Say, no, Mama, look at what they gave us. And they were even preaching to us that we should tell our brothers they should stop this thing they are doing. You are youth, you can be leaders of tomorrow. Go to school, there is nothing wrong with school. Then, they talk to them to the extent, it hurts their hearts. They pray together. Soldiers will come in there, put their guns and pray. Amongst Boko Haram. After praying, they will shake hands. The Jamaat al-Sunnah, my sons will come in and say, Mama, we pray with soldiers. I say, why didn't you then carry gun and shoot him? Why? He said, Mama, wallahi, this thing we are doing, only Allah will save us, because a lot of people are telling us not to stop this. And look at how can me and my brother, I say my brother Sojoji, we are standing our shoulder. There is a way we stand in the mosque, their body will be meeting. So we stood and our shoulders are meeting. Their body was just goose pimple. They were just crying inside them. I said, all right. If you go back, you can phone your colleagues, tell them to stop. And at times, they and the soldier, they will see after prayer, they will sit down here, they will chat away. Everybody, my husband, all of them will come here and sit down. And they will be telling the soldiers, you people should pray so that this thing will stop. Soldiers will say, we are praying too, we don't want to come here and die because we are not fighting war. You can look at the relationship I built between them and the soldiers. So I do a lot of things to make sure that this peace, come to pass. I'm single doing this when Allah is with me, pushing it out for me. So these are the things. These kids want this thing to stop. Honestly speaking, if government should just say, oh yes, start coming, they will come out from all angles. But they want to know where they are heading to. So that's why we called me and told me they took up the girls. I said, can I tell the world that you, Habib, Nur, took up these girls again, and why on earth did you do this? So yes, I can tell the world. And I came up. I told the world that they are the ones. They don't even know who and who took the girls. So when I came up and told the world, they are the ones that took the girls, then I started saying, how could you do this? My sons, my beloved sons, my dear sons, bring them back home. And let this one not be like 1,000 something days. I hope it's not going to be like that. They told me it's not going to be like that. And I mounted pressure. I keep on begging them. I pleaded from my office, my table, where I was talking to them, phoning, calling. Anything I know I can do to reach them, I do it. I did it. They promised me they're going to release them. I shouldn't bother myself. I shouldn't cry because they know I have very bad high BP. So, they're released. I was very happy. I thank them. You're asking me whether I'm not scared. I'm not scared because Almighty Allah is with me. And I'm doing a good job. Prayer and good work. How is that good work? Nigeria should be serious. Government, I'm begging government, let them be serious. Let them echo it out. It's not sit down and say, we need peace, they should drop their arms, they should raise up their hands and come out. They should go down the road. I keep on saying it, go down the road. There are people that love them. There are people they listen to. If they call those people, keep your mouth shut, call those people, which way forward? How do we bring them? You will hear telephone call. They will call them.
Based on the statement made by this woman on the video you've just watched, one may be tempted to say that General Tewa Dajuma is right and that the army has further questions to answer, as the army has not stopped Boko Haram and the herdsmen, the spree of herdsmen, all over Nigeria. The massive continuous killing of people and burial of hundreds of victims confirm genocide of the selected groups. Many agree with General T.Y. Danjuma that army neutrality is doubtful, as the weapon used by the bandits seems to be military. The questions has been, why has the army not protected the people from the bandits? That is one. Who are these so-called bandits and herdsmen? That's the so-called Boko Haram and herdsmen. Are they Yoruba, Igbo, Ijo, Igala? Somebody without employing the hate mantra must tell us what these bandits or who these bandits are. Because we cannot allow the killings to go on in Nigeria. The killing, the recent shenanigan that happened in Dapchi, where girls were kidnapped. Before we know what was happening, they were released. Yeah, we thank God that they are back. But you see, we cannot just sleep over some of these things. And a woman like this is in existence. I believe most Nigerians wouldn't know that this kind of woman, Mrs. Wakili, Barrister Wakili, is, in contact even with the military. One would have asked, why has the federal government not make deal with this woman, to really get to these boys? These boys she called our boys. That she's their mother. She even said she will call the military authority and they'll be talking to them on phone. Well, I don't know how true that claim is, but you could hear her saying it. To discuss this with me today is Mr. Tom West. Mr. Tom West is a political analyst and a human rights activist, and I believe he's a lawyer also, because he understands the Constitution very, very well. Mr. Tom West, you are welcome to today's.
It's my pleasure being here with you again.
Yeah.
Any minute, any time. Yeah. Once again, please. The name is David West, so to say.
Okay, David West. Sorry, Mr. David West.
Yes.
Viewers, please take note. It's David West, yes, not Tom West. Thank you very much for that correction.
My pleasure.
I will not make that. I'm sorry for trying to give you another name.
They are all my names.
We will not criticize you on the set. Straight away, let's go into what, the two videos you just listened to. Now, for me, let's start from Danjuma.
Okay.
Calling for self-defense, in Nigeria. Will you say that is the right way to go?
Yes. Once again, thank you for bringing me here to discuss this very important issue that has to do with national security. The statement of General T.Y. Danjuma, retired, as far as I'm concerned, as my personal opinion, it's not the right statement. Fine and good. A lot of persons will applaud him. They will say he's the man of the day. It's just the reigning thing. He has spoken well, self-defense, help yourself. Just like the extract you played that I viewed just now, where he was saying you need to defend yourself or else don't. In fact, categorically he said, do not wait for the soldiers or the security men any longer, or else we will all die like chicken, one after the other. Now, if I am opportuned, or I'd been opportune to see General T.Y. Danjuma, the very question I would have asked him as a retired general is what are the rules of engagement in the Nigerian military, and what was he being taught in the military schools he had gone to? The military is meant to defend the citizens, isn't it? Now he's saying we should all defend ourselves. The military should no longer defend us. Okay, if the military has not failed, do you think General Danjuma will call for self-defense? As far as I'm concerned, the statement of General Danjuma is a blanket statement. Okay. Why do I say it's a blanket statement? Indeed, one or two persons inside the military must be of misconduct or will have the knowledge of selling arms or giving arms to either the Boko Haram or the herdsmen, as we say. It's not disputed. Does not mean the entire military is aiding the bandits, if I will use his words, giving them covers. I disagree with him. It's a blanket statement. He is a military man. He had been in the army before now. Mind you, when General Olusegun Obasanjo retired, former president of Nigeria was the president. Danjuma was his minister of defense. What happened to the people of Zaki Biam? What happened to the people of Zaki Biam? Zaki Biam was leveled. Why? Because the people agitated for their rights. What kind of killing are you going to ascribe to that? That you go to a community and level the community.
Is it not because they killed some military personnel?
Because they killed some military personnel.
Yeah, the people that are supposed to defend them.
Now, what led to the killing of the military personnel? And fine, with what did they use to kill the military personnel? Reason it this way, just oppose the two statements. Okay, I can equally say the people that killed the military personnel, we are defending themselves because there was a clash between the military and the people, isn't it? An incident erupted. So the people decide to defend themselves by killing the military.
So do any Nigerians have right to kill any military man?
No Nigerian is having a right to kill any military man.
Okay.
You don't have that right to kill any military man.
So will you not justify the killings in Zaki Biam that General Tiwa Danjuma did not just give that order and he was trying to protect the national interest?
You see, for me, life is sacred.
Okay.
Killing is killing. No matter the coloration or the nomenclature we give to it. Are we saying were all the persons that were killed in Zaki Biam involved in the killing of the 1 or 2 soldiers that died? But the whole community, Zaki Biam as a whole, paid for it. So how do you justify the innocent ones, the children, the women who knew nothing about it, that were slaughtered? That aside, now, General T.Y. Danjuma is a trained military officer. He knows what security is. In fact, in his speech, he went further to say even within the riverine areas. And I do know very well that it is in this same Nigeria, within these our Niger Delta regions, some people took up arms, quote and unquote, in the name of vengeance, for instance, to blow up pipelines. In the course of blowing up these pipelines, people are working on that rig, you know. People died. Those people that died, they are human beings. And what was their reasons of carrying out this act? One of the reasons they gave was Danjuma is owning the whole oil blocks. Isn't it? So in the name of Danjuma, people have died too. Nobody went to, Danjuma did not say the people should defend themselves.
As the poor of Niger Delta.
Yes.
But it's not saying that the poor of Niger Delta should defend themselves, because he categorically mentioned that even in the riverine area, that they've infiltrated everywhere, even in the riverine area, and it's asking everybody to defend themselves. If you see me with a gun tomorrow, defending myself, will you say I have default, the law?
The law of Nigeria, the Nigerian law, the constitution itself, even the criminal code that was just cited, there's no provision anywhere that the criminal code or the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria had expressly stated that you are entitled to carry a gun. If you so own a gun, there are calibers of arm as an individual. You have the right to own pump action, and it must be licensed. So where it is not licensed, or anything outside the pump action, or the not prescribed arms you are entitled to own for your own protection. In fact, it is even for hunting. That's the essence of you owning that gun. The law provided for hunting. So where you do not have license to own that kind of ammunition, you have committed an offense, illegal possession of firearms. So as far as I'm concerned, his call for self-defense, well, it is not bad though, but I will introduce the poem of J.P. Clark, John Pepper Clark. He said, the casualties are not only those who are dead. What am I saying in essence? If you own a gun, I own a gun, and we, in the name of self-defense, we start killing people, Nigeria will turn to what? A country or a state of anarchy, which invariably can lead to war. In that circumstance, we all are going to be victims, including himself, General T.Y. Danjuma, that owns the oil well they say, and the properties and the monies all over the world. he is going to be a victim too, or a casualty.
Okay, let's pause there and let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue the discussion. Don't go away. You are welcome back, and if you are just joining us, This is the morning show on Royal TV. We are transmitting live on UHF channel 51. And if you want to join us, you have, maybe you are not where you have a TV set, you want to go online, you can simply go online by logging on to the website, our website, www.royalfmtv.live or www.royalfm.com. You will see, all our activities there. You can even watch us live there right now. Now back to Mr. David West. We were talking about the implication of this self-defense in Nigeria politics, and you said that for you, that call is uncalled for, and it's not necessary for Nigeria politics now. Okay, in a situation where I think you saw the second video, where the acclaimed Boko Haram's mother of Boko Haram, she said it's Mama Boko Haram. Now, in this situation, where somebody has even identified herself to be in connection with these bandits, because me I call them bandits. Any human being that kill human being, for me, you are not a human being at all. So I call them bandits, other henchmen, Boko Haram or what. One would have thought that the government would have, contacted this woman by now, or maybe even arrest her, so that she can show them where these boys are.
Well, I do not think so. In the first place, even she, from the video I just watched and listened to her, she alluded to the fact that the military men, the Nigerian military men, they come to her when once they are sent to the place, they come to her. So invariably, they are equally getting information from her too. Don't forget, Aisha Wakili is one of the facilitators of the release of the first Chibok girls. She played a role. She contributed to their release. She discussed with these insurgents. She negotiated. So it's not as if the government don't know her. They know her, but you cannot go and arrest her.
Why?
On what ground are you arresting her? What are you arresting? You are arresting her on the ground that she's a member of Boko Haram or what?
She said in that video that there was a time she even called the army authorities. Instead of them to send their troops there, that they only could talk to those guys on phone. And when you say, look, a criminal is in your house. Look, a criminal is in my house now. He's with me as I'm talking. She even said she will send them sometimes to go and give them food at their checking point. How do you see all this, You
see, these things are security issues. The Nigerian security will not come out in the open to tell you and I certain informations they have in their possession or certain security measures they are putting in place. So for me, I still believe that the Mama Boko Haram, Aisha Wakili, is instrumental or beneficial to the Nigerian army. They get information from her. Mind you, her life is even at risk too. She's human just like you and I. With the kind of information or statements she's making, the Boko Haram too can equally kill her. She's not immune from their killing. They can as well attack her too. So all we need here is more of diplomacy. And I believe the security men, they know what they are doing. It's security matter. If it is something for she to be just arrested, they would have done so. But in this circumstance, like I will still ask, on what ground are you arresting her? This woman is there to give you information. This woman is there to aid you. In fact, from what I see, she's even playing a role of talking to these Boko Haram people too. Stop killing. She's not happy with the way they kill people. She has said it. Islam, Allah does not say you should take the life of another man. She do not support what they are doing. So you take it or you leave it. She's equally advocating for peace in the country.
Well, if she's advocating for peace and she wants peace to reign, for me, this is my own personal, the way I look at it, and I believe that many Nigerians, that's the way they look at things also. At that point where they bomb, they carry out their bombings, you understand, and she will go to the street and bring them. that same person, that person that perpetrated that evil at that point, why is it that she didn't hand over that person to the authorities? So this bomb, the bombing in Tumbia that just took place now,
yes,
the guy that perpetrated that thing is in my house. That's when I know that she's fighting for peace. I don't know whether you see it that way.
Her life is equal, like I told you, her life is equally at risk. So, okay, if the woman dies today, she dies with certain vital information that will even lead to the arrest of Shekau or to the release of the remaining Chibok girls. So, anything that has to do with security, for me, is diplomacy. You don't just go in like that. It's tactics, strategies, you plan.
How long do you think Nigeria should strategize, in either arresting Boko Haram or giving them amnesty, as federal government is planning to do now, that they want to give them? How long do you think this should? Because lives are, they are killing people. Life has been lost on per second basis. The herdsmen themselves and the Boko Haram. Because we are talking about the implication of this self-defense. Like you said, if I carry arm and you carry arm, they will become a country that is lawless. Everybody will begin to kill themselves. Now, to avoid this, how long do you think Nigeria should strategize to bring about peace?
Well, in issues like this, even in the world, till today, terrorists still attack America. Don't they?
They still.
That's an advanced country where everything is there for them. It's a continuous fight or process.
It is controlled.
Yes, it's controlled. Does not mean it will end one day. Nowhere is free of violence in the world. Even in the days of Abraham, we still see these same problems existed. So the society cannot be completely crime-free as far as I'm concerned. Except maybe in heaven, which I have not been to. I don't know if you have been to heaven, but I know in heaven, you will not see anything like crime. Except heaven. But as long as earth exists, crime must always take place. Human beings exist.
So we should allow the killings to go on?
No.
Because people are beginning, like what General Danjuma said. Yeah. Like I said at my this thing, some say it's a welcome development, some say it's not a welcome development. But to avoid this, how long should Nigeria?
I do not want us to attach a time frame to it. As far as I'm concerned, human life is very, very sacred. Nobody should take the lives of another man. For me, the activities of Boko Haram is madness, or the herdsmen. Even the herdsmen is not the herdsmen entirety that goes to kill people. One or two miscreants. If you will agree with me that some Boko Haram insurgents to infiltrate into the herdsmen can come and parade disguise themselves as herdsmen. Since they are no longer habitable or they do not have a comfortable place, maybe in the Sambisa forest to carry out this act, they can decide to say, okay, if that is the case, let us disguise as herdsmen too, and be committing these crimes here and there. We can't rule that away. But what I'm saying is, that time frame for me, all I need is we want peace in this country. Let it be controlled or reduced to the barest minimum. It's not as if you kill Shekau today, will that end Boko Haram itself?
No, I don't think so, because Yusuf was killed and
my
it
brother,
didn't end
we have ISIS too. There are other international terrorist organizations that have been existing since before now. Are they not still existing? They are still existing. But all we are saying is we don't need violence. We don't need them. We can reduce them to the barest minimum. The government in itself too is trying. It's not as if Boko Haram members have not been arrested. They have been arrested. Some of them are in court facing trials. You agree with me? Somebody was sentenced of recent to how many years imprisonment?
For killing somebody's life. For taking somebody's life. And you should just be sentenced for how many years?
My brother, don't look at it that way.
Okay.
What you look at, or the question is you ask is, what is the extant law, the provision of the extant law? Where the extant law, for instance, provides for 7 years, it is that extant law with which the judge will administer his justice or his judgment. The judge will not go and manufacture a law that is not in the book or is not the extant law. So the sentence of that man, if we are not comfortable with it, then we have to repeal the law and say no, the previous law is 20 years or 10 years. But now, we are repealing the law to death or life imprisonment. Outside that, that's exactly the judgment given out by the judge is what is there for him. So you look at the extant law. Don't say after killing hundreds of people and you are just giving, no, the extant law, what does it provide for? Then, on the amnesty issue to Boko Haram, which they are talking about, well, for me, I think in every way, by any means you can achieve peace, you employ it. You employ it. By any means you can achieve peace, you employ it. If granting them amnesty, before now, this amnesty was shouting, the Nigerian army too, some Boko Haram members have voluntarily on their own, they came out to surrender, isn't it? Are they not undergoing training, the rehabilitation training of reintegration, Mopat and the rest? They are. Of recent, some of them they passed out, some of them from the training ground. Is that not part of the amnesty?
That's Boko Haram?
Yes. I had Boko Haram soldiers who surrendered. They are undergoing training. The same kind of training the Niger Delta militants undergo. Some of them just passed out from the training. It's not a hidden thing. It's on national TV and news.
Now, on a final note, let me ask you this question. Don't you think the whole of this thing now is being politicized?
That is the problem we always have. Politicians will always hijack every little opportunity or space they have to still deceive and confuse you and I, just for them to achieve their aims and purposes. No doubt, I cannot rule away politics from it. It's politicized. Politicians must come in. But my advice for all these politicians who are using security, the lives of people, to play politics or to incite the minds of people, that's why I will not be in support of what General Danjuma is saying. For me, it's insightful because Nigeria already is heated up with sentiments here and there. If it is not religious sentiment, it is ethnic sentiment. If it is not we are separating, it is we are avenging. All these things are crises. We need absolute peace. And if the government in its effort is trying to bring in peace with which we can have meaningful development, the investors will talk about will not come and invest in Nigeria if Nigeria is boiling. And people decide to whip up sentiment every time you incite the minds of people. If there is war today, for those who witnessed the Nigerian Civil War, they will not want to hear it again. People died of, even without them being shot. Hunger alone killed a lot of people. So we should stop this incitement. All we need is continue to preach the word of peace. Whatever thing that will bring peace in Nigeria, north, south, east, and west, Nigeria is boiling. We do not add salt into it by saying, go and defend yourself. Are you going to defend yourself with a chewing stick? With what are you going to defend yourself? It's armed. The man you are going to defend yourself with, let's say, is armed with AK-47. Then with what are you going to defend yourself? Is it that you're going with a superior AK-47 or any other means? But you will not go with chewing stick. And even in America, the advanced countries where arms are being legalized, where you can own arms at any given point in time, you just go to the shop and buy it. It is becoming a problem to them. They are looking at how to mop these arms from the hands of people. They are debating on it, on repealing the law. And here in Nigeria, we are saying, arm yourself, defend yourself. General Danjuma should go back and have a rethink. The soldiers is accusing. Are they not human beings like you and I? Don't they have lives? Yesterday, some soldiers were being buried who were killed in Boko Haram war. Those people, they came from homes. They have families. They have children. They have mothers. They have sisters. They have fathers. They have brothers. They are putting their lives on the line. So for General Danjuma to make that blanket statement that the Nigerian military is aiding these people, they can no longer give us cover or protection, I do not agree with him. He's a general. While you are sleeping, these people are not sleeping. So they are trying their best. However, if there are any member of the Nigerian military that is involved in this arms dealing, a proper investigation should be carried out, and people that have been, fished out should be punished. There is a law for it. If you engage yourself as a military man in an unnecessary armed deal, unlawful armed deal, the law had made provisions for you. So the military, the Nigerian army, and the federal government should just investigate the statement properly. Fish out the ones that are involved in it. Over here, even in the Niger Delta too, we saw some military men who are aiding too, who give arms. Or what about election time? Is it only Boko Haram we are talking of? Don't politicians, today as we speak, armed boys, you see them with one full van. Ammunitions are loaded inside that van, and military men or police are giving escort to the people. What kind of killing? Is that one not part of killing? Or is that one not part of atrocities? So it's not only Boko Haram issue. Even politicians, they give them cover. The arms they guide those people to go and use for political purposes. After the election, how do you retrieve it? Where they are unable to retrieve it, we'll now begin to see all these problems we're having today. So it's a general phenomenon. I will still not subscribe to what Danjuma has said. With all due respect to him, it is his opinion. The Nigerian military, the security agencies, they are doing their best, and they should continue to do more. They are there to protect us. The law has provided for them. Section 227, if I'm not mistaken, has provided for the Nigerian armed forces to protect us. It's their constitutional right. So General Danjuma should not say we should go and do that for ourselves. The constitution with which we work with, the ground norm, are not giving us that power. And I do not think Nigerian law will give us, you and I, power to go and have ammunition to arm ourselves. They know the implications of it. All I'm preaching in this nation is we need absolute peace. It is only in a state of peace meaningful development can come. It is only in a state of peace investors can come and invest. It is only in a state of peace you can sit down in your house, look at your beautiful children. If the country is boiling, if there is war, you and I will not be privileged to sit here in this your studio. We will not. But because there is peace, there is no war, we are sitting here discussing national issue.
Thank you very much, Mr. David West. Thank you for coming on this program. We really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, but please permit me this one final word on a final note.
Okay.
I sincerely want to appeal to Bayelsans and Nigerians at large. If you are up to the age of 18, or you have done your voter registration, go there, pick up your card. If you have not, don't sit on the fence and say, consign me. After all, my vote no go count. Please, it's your civic responsibility. Go and register. Take opportunity. Your PVC is your power. It is your right. For parents, allow your children to be immunized of this measles vaccine. Thank you very much. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. David West. I really appreciate, that. Viewers, that's the much you can go. You've had Mr. David West is a political analyst and human rights activist, a man that believes in peace, and that is what we want in this nation. That is the essence of this program, the implication of that self-defense call. Because we all know that if we carry arms, you carry arms and I carry arms, nobody will be able to control the other person, and we will turn to a banana republic where nobody will be at the end of affair. But God forbid, Nigeria is a peaceful nation. We want more development. So let's live in peace and let's stay out of trouble. I still remain Festus Ebikobo, Mr. Rawo. See you tomorrow for another interesting package. Don't go away.
Royal Television, showcasing the Niger Delta.